Just waiting one more thing. All right, here we go. What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the newest episode of the 2021 NFL Mock Draft. Today, we are going to talk about the Saints. I'm your host, Junior. People usually call me JR. Good old JR, Juan. Does not matter. And we are 1 week away. 1 week away where lives are going to be changed. Teams are going to get better. Teams are hoping for the next best thing. The next Hall of Famer is in that roster somewhere, in those draft picks somewhere. Teams are hopeful. General managers are doing their videos of their pre-weekly draft talk, and they're doing their videos of how they're preparing for the draft and everything. It is getting exciting. I think Mike Mayock did his today with a lot of others. So it's just that's it. There's going to be no more smoke screens. There's going to be no more debating. There's going to be no more anything. It's just 1 week from today, around this time, the first pick is going to be made, and we are off to the races. I cannot wait. I am excited, but we do have, after today, just a few more teams, and then that is it for this season. We're going to do a mock special on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we're going to have a show with my brother. We're going to do the Silver and Bro Show draft edition, special edition for the whole Raider mock draft. So it is exciting, and we cannot wait. So today we got the Saints. They're up, and what a season they had. It's just, again, it never goes their way. Another team like the Ravens, it just never seems to go their way. So it's unfortunate it ended, but, it is what it is, and that's it. Now we just got to talk about them, and hopefully we got to see how much of the season is going to change for them, how much the changing of the guard is going to change, because a lot did happen with the Saints after their season ended. But let's go back to around this time last year. They only had 4 draft picks, but they tried to make the best out of them. First round pick number 24, they took Cesar Ruiz, the center out of Michigan. Obviously, they already had Eric McCoy, so they put Cesar Ruiz as a guard, and it worked out tremendously. The Saints have one of the better offensive lines in the NFL with Armstead, Eric McCoy, now Cesar Ruiz, and Ryan Sismasic. It's a really good offensive line unit. So, third round pick 74, Zach Bond, linebacker out of Wisconsin. He was generating to get some first round grades, and it looks like he could have been a late first rounder pick, but he ended up being a third rounder, and he is now a linebacker for the Saints. And Dennis Allen is going to use everything he can, because Dennis Allen is a very good defensive-minded coach and a very good defensive coordinator. Third round 105, Adam Trotman, the tight end out of Dayton. Really, he wasn't going to get a lot of snaps due to, Jared Cook being there, but now with him kind of gone, we'll see if he could take the next step. And then they didn't pick again until the 7th round. Tommy Stevens, the quarterback out of Mississippi State. There it is. It is what it is, man. So Saints had a good run. The Saints had one of the better runs in recent NFL history. They went 12-4. They were the division leaders. They won the NFC South. Yep, they won the NFC South 12-4. They finished 5th on offense and 5th on defense. And really, their only main competition that was kind of what the narrative and kind of what the story was can they get past Tampa Bay? Well, not only did they get past Tampa Bay in the regular season, they just demolished them. I mean, it wasn't even close. Week 1 was not even close. That Sunday night game, not even close. And it started questioning a lot of people. Are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for real? Maybe the Saints are just going to take it this year, because nobody knew how long Drew Brees really had left. So, and this was probably, other than that Super Bowl team that Drew Brees and Sean Payton had, this was one of the better Saints team in recent memory. 12-4, 5th on offense, 5th on defense, and they just cruised to the regular season. It wasn't even close. Not even for like the slightest bit. It wasn't even close. They had a couple upsets here and there, but 12-4, they beat what everybody thought was going to be the division champs. They beat the Buccaneers, and they handled them great. Like, they just murdered them in the regular season, but they had a good run. Drew Brees just kept breaking records and just being Drew Brees, and everything was just going. It was just another new year. It's just another year for New Orleans, just going through it, going through the motions. 12-4, and then playoff time came, and they just looked fantastic in the wild card matchup. They beat the Bears 21-9. I know that's not saying a lot. It was just really what it was. The Bears could not match up to the Saints offense, and the defense just got tired, and they beat the Bears 21-9. They had home field advantage. If, you wanted to get to the Super Bowl, you had to go through New Orleans, and that's what it kind of looked like. And, they handled the Bears very well, giving up only 3 field goals that whole game, and that was the end for the Bears season. Then we get to the divisional round, and up until midway through the third quarter, it's like, oh my gosh, here we go. The Saints are looking like they're gonna play, and that they're gonna do it. They're gonna beat Tampa Bay again, because they were just winning soundly. And then somewhere in between Jared Cook fumbling the ball to those, just to the late, not being able to score at the end, Tampa Bay just found life. Tampa Bay just found life. And then they beat the Saints. They ended up losing to the Buccaneers 30-20 in the divisional round, and it was kind of a ominous feeling, because it just seemed that no matter what, it just fate again played with New Orleans. It was from the Minneapolis Miracle, where Stephon Diggs caught the ball and Marcus Williams missed the tackle and took off, or the no call pass interference on the Rams championship game, or them just getting upset in division round the previous year, and now this year, divisional round again. It just seems that fate Super Bowl was never meant to be New Orleans. It just wasn't in the cards this time. They ended up losing to the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers went on to go against Green Bay. They beat the Packers, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. And who knows how that game would have went out should the Saints would have held the lead. And had they beaten the Buccaneers, who knows how that game between Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees would have went. But it didn't happen. Little did we know at that time, a lot of changes were going to be happening in New Orleans. Dan Campbell, he's now the new head coach of Detroit. He was the offensive coordinator, tight ends coach. He's now heading to Detroit. Beautiful speech, by the way, his press conference. That was beautiful. And then probably the biggest news of all, we all knew that Phillip Rivers retired. We all knew that a lot of players just started saying goodbye, and Drew Brees was no stranger to that. He ended up retiring. He said goodbye to the game that he loved and to the game he played for so many years, finishing on top. Not the way he wanted, but he finished as the NFL passing leader and the NFL touchdown leader. It's probably going to get broken by Tom Brady this year, but at least he finished out on top. So it was a great career. And I'm sure in 6 years from now, in 2027, Drew Brees is going to get into the Hall of Fame, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. And that was it. His body, I'm sure in his heart, he could still play, but his body just did not want him, or could not handle the pain anymore. From the shoulder to the finger, just everything. He played for so long. And it was just the end of an era. And that's just how it goes. I mean, everybody has to go eventually. Everybody's got an expiration date when it comes to a physical game or just any sport, really. It's just everybody's got an expiration date, and his was now. So now we head to New Orleans post Drew Brees era. And I know a lot of my Saints friends, a lot of my Saint buddies, they're kind of thinking what to expect. Well, here's one thing you can expect. It's going to be either Jameis Winston or Jameis or Jason Hill, Taysom Hill under center next year. I do not think they're going to go quarterback, especially this late. I don't think they're going to go quarterback. I think they're going to try to recuperate some pieces. But listen, the Saints are really in a good position. They have, like I said, they have a good offensive line. They have a good running back core. Wide receivers could use a little bit of help. Tight ends could use a little bit of help. I know Michael Thomas is there, but you always need another weapon just in case. The tight end, now with Jared Cook gone, is Adam Trautman ready to take the role? We'll see. And there's a lot of uncertainty because free agency was not kind to New Orleans. They ended up losing Trey Hendrickson, the defensive end out of Cincinnati, to Cincinnati. Janoris Jenkins, the Jackrabbit, is now heading to Tennessee. Shelton Rankins is now heading to the Jets. Justin Hardy is heading to the Jets. Emmanuel Sanders, that leadership of the wide receiver group, is now heading to Buffalo. Jared Cook, as we mentioned, is now heading to Los Angeles to go play for the Chargers. Alex Anzalone, the linebacker, he's now heading to Detroit. And Michael Burton is now heading to Kansas City. So a lot of key pieces gone. Just a lot of key pieces gone. But they did try their best to try to recoup as much as they could. So Nick Vannett, he joined from Denver. Tonoa Kapasong, the defensive end out of Kansas City, he's going to join New Orleans now. Alex Armah, the fullback out of Carolina, he's coming. And then Will Clapp, good depth. He resigned with the Saints. So really the Saints are now going to be heading into this unknown of Sean Payne's still there. So I don't think it's going to be really that much of a setback offensively. Now, defensively, it might be taking a step back because they did lose a few starters, I should say. Trey, Janoris, Sheldon, and Alex Anzalone. I mean, that's 4 starters right there that they lost. So really, I think what it is going to be now, it's going to be up to Dennis Allen to kind of bring up these guys that were in depth, bring them up to speed. And, it's just going to be one of those things now. The uncertainty is there. How are the Saints going to handle life after Drew Brees? I think they're going to handle fine. I think they're going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think it is now with Jameis Winston and Hill at least being there for years. At least Winston being there for a year, Taysom Hill being there for a couple. They kind of know the system of New Orleans. We're going to see how it goes. My estimation today, I think Jameis Winston beats out Hill, and Jameis Winston is going to be the starter for the Saints heading forward, and he's going to have one shot to kind of remind folks why he was the number 1 pick. So, I mean, it's going to be hard, but I think Jameis Winston can do it. This is kind of his last shot to show why he was number 1 overall. So, and with the Saints defensively, it's going to be up to Dennis Allen to pick up the slack. There's a lot of key pieces here that could happen, and we'll see how it goes from here. So, but where do the Saints go from here? The Drew Brees is gone. I don't think they go quarterback. I know they lost a lot of defensive players. I don't think they're going to go defense here. I think they're going to actually go offense due to the fact that they need a little bit more weaponry. It's Michael Thomas and then Alvin Kamara and then the offensive line, and then that's kind of everybody. That's kind of it. They do need another weapon, I believe. I do think the Saints do need another weapon on the offensive side, but this is one of those picks where it can go either way. I was kind of thinking giving him Gregory Rousseau here just to kind of pick up the defensive slack. But, Cameron Jordan's still there. Marcus Davenport is still there. You can always put Gregory as a linebacker defensive end tweener, but then that's kind of taking snaps away from Zach Bond and a lot of other guys that are already kind of there. Demario Davis, that's kind of already there, and Gregory is not a middle linebacker. And I really don't think they want to risk taking either Damian Davis here at 28. Good riser, but not enough to kind of maybe not strong enough to take at 28. But I'm going to go offensive here. And I think with the 28th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kadarius Toney, wide receiver out of Florida. Now, I get it. I get it. Some people from last year's show are going to look at me and be like, we were giving so much crap to Henry Ruggs and blah, 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 blah. A lot of these wide receivers that are coming out, guys, are a lot better than Henry Ruggs than last year. I would say, depending on how it goes, I would say the first probably 5 wide receivers, 6 wide receivers are all better than Henry Ruggs. So let's just, I'll say that right now. They're way better than Henry Ruggs right now. Kadarius Toney, way better. Devontae Smith, way better. Jalen Waddle, way better. Jamar Chase, way better. Terrence Marshall, way better. Rashad Bateman, way better. Elijah Moore, way better. So, yeah, at least the first 6, 7 wide receivers that might be taken in this draft, they're way better than Henry Ruggs. So, now what's the difference? The difference is Kadarius Toney is not being drafted. He's not the first wide receiver drafted. He's going to go to the Saints. He doesn't have to do much. Michael Thomas is already there. Con Smith is already there. So he could just come in, kind of play devil's advocate here. And it was kind of a weird year, kind of a weird time for Toney because he was only a 3-star recruit when he got to Florida. And he wasn't even a wide receiver. He was an athlete. And really, it took a long time for him to kind of took a long time for Florida to kind of figure him out. His freshman year, only 15 receptions, 152 yards, but he did have 120 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, and 15 yards kickoff. So he's kind of a triple threat. You can put him out in the running back. You can do a little sweep action to him. He can play wide receiver, and he's a good special teams man. 1, 2, 3. One pick, a big bang for your buck. So his sophomore year, 25 receptions, 260 yards, 1 touchdown, 240 rushing yards, and 133 kickoff return yards. So a little better. 2019 was kind of a dip because Florida wasn't really that good. Well, Florida wasn't really that good up until his senior year, and really that offensive scheme for Florida was not working out. 2019, 10 receptions, 194 yards, 1 touchdown, 59 rushing yards, 12 punt yards, 21 yards kickoff. So kind of a dip from his sophomore year. Now, people were kind of saying, well, was this, how's it going to be? Was it just the junior jinx, all that stuff. Senior year, people were kind of saying, well, if he had a rough junior year, probably only going to get rougher. Probably senioritis is going to kick in. And it was the total opposite of that. 2020 was his best year overall. 70 receptions, 984 yards, 10 touchdowns, 161 yards rushing, 1 touchdown, 139 kickoff return yards with 1 touchdown, and 155 punt return yards. So overall, I think the Saints could use a weapon like Kadarius Toney. Yeah, you can still run the same playbook. Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara is still there. Nick Vanette's going to come in from Denver. He's going to compete with a 3rd rounder from last year. So you got a couple solid tight ends there. But really, you kind of need another weapon. Tre'Quan Smith, we'll see how he does. This is kind of his make or break year for him to show that he can at least be the number 2 wide receiver, And I don't think it would really hurt if the Saints were to bring in an athlete wide receiver like a Toney. It wouldn't really hurt because he would just strictly be slot, which he excelled in, and you could put him on special teams, kick returner, punt returner. So, I mean, really, the Saints can use another weapon like him. And if the defense is going to take a little bit of a dip, the offense is going to have to score a lot more. They're going to want to keep up the same pace as they did last year, being 5th overall. If they want to try to stay in that same range, I think adding an athletic wide receiver like Toney to the Saints would just be beneficial, not only to the organization, but to whoever's going to be a quarterback there, whether it be Hill or Winston or whoever the case may be. So really, that's what I think it just comes down to. Yeah, I was thinking defense here. I was either thinking, Nixon, the defensive lineman from Iowa, the defensive lineman from Washington, Gregory Rousseau was an option. But really, it was just kind of I was also thinking the linebacker from Kentucky, Jamian Davis, but it's going to take more. You kind of want more at that point for your bucks, so might as well take a guy who can return the punts, return your kickoffs, play slot, and take some sweep actions, be at the running back position, whatever it may be, and get more bang for your buck. You're already at 28, so you might as well have fun with it. And I think if I'm the Saints, this is what I would do. Just kind of Michael Thomas is going to be your primary. The tight end slot, the tight end competition is going to be tough. Your quarterback competition is going to be tough. Traquan Smith is already there. He's going to be there. So really what it comes down to is, I know he's not the biggest. He's only 6 foot, 190 pounds. But yeah, I just think right now they just need another weapon. The Saints need another weapon. Drew Brees is gone, so you want to try to get as many weapons as you can. Whoever is going to be the quarterback for the Saints, and I think you want to give them a fair shot. You want to try to get, at least you can say, at least we didn't give him the weapons. At least try to get this guy a weapon just to see how it would go. So other than that, that is going to do it for today's episode. It's kind of a short one. The Saints were really kind of a short team. I mean, we all kind of know what happened, and really what it came down to was it was just a bad luck. It was a bad luck year. Again, fate just denied the Saints another Super Bowl. Now we're going to head into the unknown of the New Orleans Saints post Drew Brees, and we'll see how it goes from here. We'll see, but I think they take Tony from the wide receiver from Florida, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Just a few more episodes. Tomorrow, the Packers are on the clock, so we only have a few more teams left. After that, that's the season. Tuesday, we have our whole 2021 NFL mock draft. I have a couple people already lined up. We're going to work on something there. Then also what we have is Wednesday, my brother and me, we're going to do a live Raider mock draft. So for everybody that's a Raider fan here, we're going to do our picks 1 through 7. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. And like I said, 1 week from today, it is go time. All the smoke screens, all the rumors, everything is going to be laid out in front of us. We're going to know who goes where, who gets picked before who. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited about it, and I cannot wait. This is one of my favorite time of the years. I enjoy this more than my actual birthday, so that if you can imagine. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I cannot wait. We got one more. And then, like I said, we're here on YouTube. You can check us out here. We have the little thing right there. Yep. We have our little icon at the top of the screen right there. So you can always click on that to subscribe. Facebook, All Sports Talk, All Sports Fan Talk on Facebook. Instagram, same thing. We're going to try to work on other social media stuff, and we're going to try to get big. But I need your guys' help and support, to kind of, help us out a bit, because we're close to where we want to be. We just need a couple more subscribers, and then from there, we will, once we get bigger, I'll start doing competitions. I'll start doing giveaways, all that stuff. So if that caught your attention, the quicker we do share, the quicker we do support each other, the more fun stuff we get to do as a group. So like I said, I am excited for this. I cannot wait. Draft season is here. It's about to be over. 1 week from today, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be on the clock, and then the draft commences, and then we'll see where everybody goes. So I'm excited for it. But like I said, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter even, you can all follow us there, and I would greatly appreciate the support. You can follow us right here. So like I said, have fun, everybody. It's Thursday. We got one more day for Friday, and then it's the weekend, and then it's go time, man. It is go time, and I cannot wait to join this ride with you guys. So have fun. Enjoy your Thursday, and let's finish off strong tomorrow for Friday. The Packers are on the clock, so we're going to talk about the Packers. Another disappointing end to their season, going back to the NFC Championship game, and then losing again at the final moments. And I don't know what the Packers got to do. I really don't know. I mean, I kind of have an idea what they want to do, and I think they should finally listen to their guts. So overall, we'll see what happens. And other than that, have a wonderful night, everybody.